Yeah, I thought, well, Concordia plays really, really good defense, and they disrupt a lot of the things you do offensively, and I give them credit. It's not easy to play that kind of defense and so forth, but we had a rough first half, very rough in a lot of different ways, offensively, defensively, and kind of put us in the hole. I thought our guys made an incredible comeback. You know, we had some really good looks at some shots we always make to cut it to just a couple points. And I give our guys credit because when you get your butt kicked for 30 minutes of the game, it's very easily just to quit. But they did not, and they fought back and put us right in a position to have a chance to win.
Coach Ethan Estrada from Penguin Radio touched on it a little bit, but was it something that Concordia did defensively, or was it just one of those days where no shots were falling?
A little bit of both. I mean, they're defensively, you know what you're going to get against them. They're 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 really hard to prepare for because there's only a couple teams in all of Division II basketball that play like that. So it's really hard to prepare. But I thought we had guys in positions to make shots for the most part, and a lot of our offense is based on making reads and making decisions, and we made some bad decisions in the first half and made some really good ones in the second half. But it just didn't quite even out and give us the opportunity right at the end.
Coach Forrest Hunt from Penguin Radio. After the day that you guys had shooting from three yesterday, what was the difference? Was it that pressure from Concordia just not allowing you to get those open looks today, going 5 for 23?
That's definitely part of it. When I'm a lot better shooter whenever I don't have to run up and down the court 200 times. So, I remember that from back in the playing days when you're constantly under pressure, and then finally you break free. It's you're pretty exhausted, but that's part of their game plan. That's part of what they do, and you just hope that you're in good enough shape that that you can knock those shots down whenever you do get them.
Soren O'Connell here with Penguin Radio again. This question's for Mr. Cartaino over here. So you'll be back next season, of course, and so Eric Shive and Grant Dressler will not. What kinds of things have you learned from them throughout this season that you'll be bringing into next year?
Yeah, I've learned how to play together. I think me and Grant do a really good job of when he has the ball, I cut, a lot of heads turn towards him. Same thing with Eric whenever he has the ball in the post. A lot of heads turn towards him because those guys both need, a lot of attention. And a lot of the times it has been my man that's turned his head and I'll just cut right to the rim. And it's been helpful for me. Obviously, we'll see, who we bring in next year, and we'll roll with that squad.
Coach, I wanted to ask you and Tyler about the comeback. You were down by 19. I think at one point you had 39 points with about 9 minutes to go. I don't think I can ever remember Chaminade having that many points at that point of the game. You cut it to 4 by I think around the 4-minute mark. Can you just talk a little bit about the pressure and the comeback there?
Yeah, well, we knew we had to change something, so we came out in one of our presses and really just tried to make it a helter skelter kind of game. And when you have that big of a lead and you're on your Concordia, you want to take time off, you want to take care of the ball, so that allows us opportunity to really put pressure on them for a change. And we forced a bunch of turnovers through that stretch and forced them into some uncomfortable situations. But that takes an enormous amount of energy to be able to do that, especially after you've already gone through a 30-minute game against Concordia. So I give our guys a lot of credit for that because to press the team like that, who's got some really good guards and ball handlers, and to chase them around. Brian Chambers might be the fastest guy that I've seen in my 8 years of coaching here in the PacWest. So chasing him around is not that easy. But we believe we can do it because we've done it. We did it against Azusa just a few weeks ago. So the guys were saying, we've done it. We've done this before. Let's do it again. And they were all in tune and ready to go.
Tyler, your thoughts during that stretch when you're making the comeback. Did you feel like you were going to get it over the hump there? Because I think you even had a couple of times where you had the shot to get it to 2.
No, I absolutely thought we would do it, just because we've done it before, and this is a tight group of guys that know how to play well together and know how to come out with wins. We've done it all year, so yeah, I did think we would.
So now, Coach, it's scoreboard watching. I'm sure you're probably already trying to figure out what Northwest Nazarene's going to do and Western Oregon's going to do, and this is nervous time, trying to see if you're going to get to the next level of the
it's a weird situation to be in. You know, obviously you wish you had a little bit safer position, but you know, we're still in a decent position. I still think, you know, luckily the committee takes the whole body of work through the entire season, and we have a pretty good body of work, you know. So I think, you know, I told the guys, I think that there's still a really, really high percentage chance that we're going to be in the tournament, and so be prepared for it.
Great season, Coach.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.